everything changes.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Clash Royale video. This is Rami from Royale Gaming, and today we are going to play one of the most trending decks inside of Clash Royale. Now this deck is going to contain 3 legendaries, which are the Log, the Princess and the Miner, along with the Knight and the 3 Musketeers, Ice Spirit and the Skeletons, and you have the Pump in there to give you that elixir advantage. At 3.4 elixir, that is really good deck to start with. Now the only downside for this one is because you have only limited troops to counter air, so that could be a problem for you, but the 3 Musketeers can do some serious work against air attacks. Now versing level 10 in here, he dropped his pump, I dropped my pump, and I dropped my miner on his pump to take it down. Now he started off with his Sparky. This is really a bad move. If you are using Sparky, always make normal pushes, try to get as many damage as possible, and then go for the kill with Sparky. Now this guy played with his Sparky, started off with his Sparky. It's going to be a really huge elixir advantage for me, because that would cost him a lot, especially I took down his pump. Now I have a really heavy push going on the right side. I have two Musketeers, 1 Knight, and now my Knight and Musketeer will take that tower down, and they will take that Mega Minion down. So far everything is going good. He hasn't touched any of my towers, and I took 1 tower down. The King Tower is getting damaged, and his left tower as well is damaged as well. So dropping my pump on the left in there to get that elixir advantage, and then when he dropped his pump again, so I went aggressive. You know, when you play against heavy push, like, you know, Sparky and Giants and things like that, always make sure that you go aggressive. Other than that, you will give your opponent a really hard time. You will give your opponent a really easy time taking you down. So you don't want to give that advantage to your opponent. And all what you want to do, just make sure that you always have the upper hand inside of the game. Like I always lose inside of the game, like when I get tilted and things like that. So, but you know what? I just close up the game and then start again, and it works out good for me. Now in here I have my Musketeers in there. They're going to take care of that giant. My Knight as well is going to help out. I have 1 healthy Musketeer on the right, and my miner on the tower, on the King Tower. That's gonna finish up 3 crowns to 1. Like, this is how powerful this deck is. Like, it's unpredictable, it's very cheap, and can be very, very devastating for your opponent. Now that's 3 crown to 0. Good game. We will jump into the other one and see how this gonna work out for us. Now starting up with my pump, I love that. It's very easy, and the thing is, like, when you have the Skeletons and the Ice Spirit, it's very easy to cycle, so it's going to work in your favor though. Now dropping his Princess, I took the Princess with my miner, dropping my Ice Spirit and the Princess to take down that minion horde. Of course he's going to use the fireball to take down my Princess along with the pump in there, so that gave him a really huge value. But because I cycled really quickly to get my second pump in, so I dropped my second pump in, and now we are still at the same position, so no damage whatsoever done. Starting with that Knight, so we are starting fresh. Dropped my Knight and dropped 1 Musketeer right behind him and 2 Musketeers on the left. So I didn't notice that he dropped his Lava Hound at that time, so I was like, okay, we will do 1 push on the right and we will take that tower down. So it was really easy. It wasn't that hard to take that tower down, especially with my miner in there blocking for the Musketeers. So everything was working really good. So dropping, now he's dropping, like, you know, the minion horde in there, I had to pull them towards the princess with my skeletons. So the skeletons do some work sometimes, you know, if they are unattended they can take on one huge giant. So far I'm ahead. I wasn't too worried about the game. Like, you know, I could actually drop my, if he dropped his lava hound, I could drop my musketeers to take them down. And worst case scenario, I'll just lose one tower. Gets to you sometimes when you when you don't have enough to counter, like, you know, air, or if you don't have any buildings to pull out, like, you know, any troops or, like, you know, lava hound or giants towards the building. So you need to figure out a way to stop whatever is happening. Now with his princes coming down, I had to drop my knight in there and the skeletons so I could actually, you know, form a push and go for that one. Now of course I got his tower all the way down to 1636, so it wasn't that bad. With that minion horde I wasn't too worried about it. So now dropping my musketeers in there. Well, you know, when you play against decks that you can't counter all the time, so you're gonna have to be aggressive. Now in here I used my 3 musketeers right in the middle to cause as many damage as possible, like on his left tower, and drop my pump in there to pull out that lava hound. Now with the 35 seconds left in overtime, dropping my miner in there to cause as much damage as possible on his tower, along with my log. Like, I didn't hesitate to drop my log in there, and now is where I got stumped. Like, I got his horde like coming down, and I got his prince coming down, and his miner on my king tower. With 3 musketeers, they took the rest of that tower down. At 44% on my king tower, that was a clutch win in the last 10 seconds of the game. So now the third game in here, I'm versing level 11. Now level 11 is a fair game. I love to play fair games. I love to play the same level. It's very competitive, like, you know, you don't feel like you are a bully. But come on. This is level 11 playing with level 10 rares. So now in here I just wanted to save my princess a little bit, and look what he dropped. He dropped level 10 giant and level 1 prince. What the heck, man? Like, seriously, how could you keep your prince at level 1? Like, he's using level 7 poison and he had level 1 epics. How did that work? I don't know. Maybe he never played with that, so this is probably the first time for him to play with it. Now I lost one tower and I was like, you know what, I will go aggressive. So I dropped my miner in there. Hopefully I will get my musketeer to get a few hits on that tower. So, which she did. She got the tower down to 1425. Now with that, level 1 mega minion is coming down. Along with that musketeer in there, my princess is going to do work, and she's going straight to that right tower and cause some damage. Of course, his level 1 prince is coming down. That is amazing. I loved it. Now we'll pull that with my skeletons and drop the knight to take it out. We'll use the log to push the troops out, and hopefully my knight will be able to take that giant out. Because other than that, I don't have except for my princes, and I need to have enough elixir to drop my 3 musketeers. So my miner on the tower and my princess on the bridge. Now this is a good time, man. Like, you know, when you get to a point to lose one tower and the other tower is not healthy at all, so don't worry about being aggressive. Just go aggressive all the way, because that is what gonna get you the win. Now in here I exaggerated actually going to, like, you know, dropping that knight in there. I shouldn't drop that knight nor than the ice spirit, but you know, you get nervous inside of the game. So I dropped my princess in there, followed by on the left tower, followed by the 3 musketeers to cause huge damage, like, you know, on that tower. That gave me the advantage actually inside of the game. So got the tower down to 574, dropping my miner on that tower, got the tower down to 161, once again dropping my princess down along with the lord to take that win, and got her with 1 second in the overtime. So that was a clutch win as well. So 35 cups awfully. That's gonna wrap up this video for today. If you guys like it, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next videos. You have a good one and be safe. Rami.